Welcome. Today, we are about to journey deep into the secrets of the Zohar, exploring a cosmic drama that unfolds during the festivals of Sukkot and Shemini Atzeret.
That's right. We're going to peel back the layers on a process that starts with this massive, universal broadcast of energy and ends, believe it or not, in the most profound, private intimacy you can imagine.
We're going to walk through this mystery in 6 parts. It's a journey that literally takes us from the open festival grounds all the way into the king's most hidden inner chamber. All right, let's dive right in.
So we begin with Sukkot, right? The festival of joy. But to really get it, you have to see way beyond the physical sukkah. You have to perceive the spiritual reality that it represents. This isn't just a hut. It's a piece of divine technology.
And look, this isn't some historical reenactment. The Zohar teaches that for these 7 days, we are literally dwelling inside a spiritual technology. The Aramaic for it is slada mehinata, the shade of faith. I want you to imagine a shimmering protective field of divine light, the exact same 7 clouds that wrapped around Israel in the desert, now surrounding you. It's this temporary little structure holding an absolutely eternal light.
Exactly. And the whole point of dwelling inside this sacred field is to become a conduit. The Zohar is crystal clear on this. The goal is to channel a flow of blessings, a supernal influx, not just for us, not even just for Israel, but for the entire world. And this, right here, is where the story explodes from the personal to the planetary.
Okay, so for 7 days, the temple in Jerusalem effectively becomes a cosmic command center. Visualize it. From this one central point on Earth, 70 distinct streams of life-sustaining energy are broadcast out to the entire world. It's like a spiritual irrigation system for all of humanity.
The Zohar is obsessed with this number, 70. It corresponds to the 70 offerings, the 70 bulls that were made in the temple during the festival. But on a much deeper level, it corresponds to the 70 root nations of the world, these archetypal spiritual forces that govern all of humanity.
You see, in this system, every nation, every culture has a spiritual root, an angelic prince or celestial minister that manages its destiny and its flow of vitality. And here's the stunning secret the Zohar reveals. During Sukkot, the divine service of Israel directly sustains and nourishes every single one of them.
But why? What's the purpose of this whole distribution? It's not just some act of cosmic charity. The Zohar frames it as a kind of cosmic statecraft, a really high-level spiritual strategy.
This is the secret. By consciously providing each of the 70 nations their specific allotted portion of spiritual energy, it keeps them satisfied, it keeps them occupied, pacified. You're ensuring they get exactly what they need, so they don't feel a lack that might cause them to interfere with Israel's direct, inner, and far more intimate connection to the divine.
Okay, let's use a tech analogy here. Think of Israel as the central server during a 7-day global maintenance cycle. It's pushing a stable update to 70 regional data centers. Those are the nations. It manages the bandwidth perfectly, giving each node just what it needs to function, which prevents any of them from overloading or trying to hack the core network. It's all about maintaining global system stability.
Or for all the gamers listening, think of it like a huge festival quest. You've got this 7-day mission, distribute resource bundles to all 70 NPC kingdoms on the map. Doing this keeps them all peaceful, it unlocks global buffs, and it lets you focus on your ultimate main mission. So how does this cosmic distribution actually happen? What are the mechanics? Well, the Zohar gives us the how through the language of the Sephirot, the divine emanations that are basically the blueprint of reality. So let's pop the hood and break down the divine engineering.
It's a 4-step process. You got this divine abundance, or Shefa, flowing down from the higher realms. First, it's gathered. Then it's regulated with perfect precision. And finally, it's broadcast outward through the Sephra of Malchut, which is the divine interface with our manifest world.
Now, the key component here is Yesod, which means foundation. Think of it like the main distribution hub, the central pipe through which all the supernal flow of blessing has to pass. It gathers all that energy into one focused stream before it can be allocated. And then you've got Malchut, or kingdom. This is the broadcaster itself. It's the divine presence as it actually shows up in our world. For these 7 days, Malchut turns its main focus outward. Its domain literally expands beyond Israel to include and manage all the external nations. It takes on this huge, global administrative role. And this right here brilliantly illustrates the crucial role of Gevurah.
We often translate it as severity or judgment, but its function here is just pure, unadulterated order and control. Gevurah is the cosmic regulator. It's the firewall that portions out the energy from Yesod, ensuring that each of those 70 princes gets their exact, preordained share, no more, no less. This is what prevents chaos in the system. It sets clear and violable limits.
So the crucial point to get is that this is not some random flood of blessing. It is a highly engineered system. Yesod gathers, Gevurah measures, and Malchut broadcasts. It's all designed for this universal, but meticulously controlled, distribution. Now the role of Tiferet, the king, we'll come back to that one, because that's where this story takes its most intimate and surprising turn.
So for 7 straight days, this universal broadcast just continues. The 70 bulls are offered, the 70 nations are sustained, and the world is kept in this state of balanced spiritual peace. The external work is being done, and it's being done flawlessly.
After 7 days of this intense outward-facing job, the Zohar describes this incredibly dramatic and instantaneous shift in the cosmic architecture. The entire system reboots into a completely new mode of operation.
I want you to just imagine it. Those 70 rivers of light that have been flowing outward, they suddenly reverse course, snapping back to their source in an instant. The broadcast just stops. The whole system contracts, pulling all of its energy inward. The open sky of the Sukkah is suddenly replaced by the quiet, enclosed intimacy of a chamber of pure light.
This is the great shift. We move from Shitzoniut, which is an external, universal function, to Pnimiut, an internal, exclusive relationship. We go from serving the 70 nations to being with Israel alone. The energy, the whole vibe, shifts from a bustling, public royal court to the king's private, sealed chamber.
The timeline just lays out this clear narrative progression. It's like a 2-act play. Act 1 lasts for 7 days, and it's all about fulfilling a global responsibility. It's about managing the world system. Once that work is complete, and only then, is the stage set for Act 2, something far more personal, direct, and profound.
And to explain this incredible shift, the Zohar uses this beautiful, really tender parable. It's honestly one of the most famous teachings on this festival for a reason.
And this is the absolute heart of Shemini Atzeret. The king throws this magnificent 7-day feast for the entire world. All the ministers, all the princes, all the guests, they've all been attended to, and they've left, satisfied. Now the palace is quiet. The king turns to his most beloved, his inner household, Israel, and says with just immense love, "All that is done. Now please stay with me for one more day. Just you and I. Let's have a small, simple meal together."
This is why it's not just the 8th day of Sukkot. No, it's a brand new festival with its own name, Atzeret. It comes from the root to stop or to hold back. The king is literally holding Israel back, detaining them because he can't bear for them to leave just yet. The public duties are over. Now he desires that private, intimate connection.
And the Torah's language here is just breathtakingly precise. And the Zohar zooms in on one single word, lachem, for you. After 7 days of offerings for the world, the Torah says the 8th day is for you. And the Zohar stresses this means for you, exclusively, and not for the other nations. The universal broadcast is officially over. The channel is now private.
So those Sephirotic mechanics we talked about, they're now completely reversed. Malchut, the queen, retracts all of its external-facing interfaces. It's done broadcasting outward. The flow from Yesod, the conduit, stops its external distribution. Instead, Malchut turns completely inward to face its source, its divine counterpart, Tiferet, the king. This is the moment of Yehud, of union. The divine flow now circulates in this closed, exclusive internal loop of incredible light and intimacy.
So back to our tech analogy. The global update is finished. The main server disconnects all 70 external data centers and initiates a private, secure, end-to-end encrypted session with just the core development team. This is where the source code of creation, the deepest secrets, get shared.
And for our gamers, you did it! You completed the massive 7-day world balancing quest. Suddenly, a message flashes on your screen. Secret bonus level unlocked. It's a single-player level where you get to meet the game's creator for a private reveal of the game's ultimate secrets. It's a reward reserved only for those who completed the main quest.
You know, this incredible cosmic mapping, it isn't just some abstract theology locked away in an ancient text. This two-act drama of expansion and contraction, of public duty and private love, is a profound and really practical map for our own spiritual lives.
This entire sequence is really a masterclass in spiritual balance. Sukkot teaches us our shatzoniyot, our external responsibility. We have a role to play on the world stage, to be a source of blessing and stability for everyone. But then Shemini Atzeret teaches the absolute necessity of pnimiyut, of cultivating that inner, private, exclusive relationship. You just can't have one without the other. And that 8th day, Shemini, always represents a step beyond the natural cycle of 7, a direct touch with the transcendent, the infinite, that can only happen after our worldly work is complete.
So this ancient drama, it really invites us to ask a very modern question. Yeah, in our own lives, are we really balancing our public duties, our work, our social media presence, all of it, with the private time we need for real inner connection? Are we just broadcasting outward all the time? Or are we also making the space to be held back by the king and to enter that quiet, private inner chamber? Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week.
And if you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.